Good morning, everybody. March 8th. Getting started. Second on my breakfast here, sipping on a Celsius. You know how we do it. Market's opening pretty cool. Right in the middle. Rational. No gap, probably. S&P is going to be flat. QQQ is going to be flat. 3 or 4 days ago, we had a catalyst move the market up. Catalyst move the market down. So we're going to take a look at it and see what we get. But I love opening these rational days. It's going to be market reads can be quite easy. We're back above triple B on the VIX. So looking for onset spontaneous volatility. So if I were to take a guess, probably opening below monthly hedge pressure again. I'd be a long up to monthly. Reject and trade down just because of the volatility. So we're going to get probably some stretch out the door. So I'm looking for an opening play right when the market opens. What's up, team? Somebody asked me a question about some yellow line stuff. Let's take a look. S&P bounced right off of yellow at 739. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, nice and stable there. This is my master chart that has all of my levels. Obviously, like Rocket Scooter will automate this at some point. So we're working to get all these pieces automated. Just for testing purposes and for trading purposes, I always keep a history. History is great. I love history. I'm trying to show you guys what I'm looking at here. Every time there's an event, a catalyst, it may look like it's cluttered, but each one of these are history, right? We keep them just to have them. And so it's not like every single one of them is always a place. These are illiquidity pivots. So we had the event, impact, moves the market up. Have an event, impact, move the market down. So each gray line and red line comes with a subsequent yellow to go with it to exhaust the move. So if you see them bundled together, this guy, and this guy, they're connected by this bar. I manually draw them. In future iterations where it's all automated Rocket Scooter, if you're on the pathway down, it'll just show the applicable levels on the way down. So today, downside are these yellow dashed ones. You clearly see inside the DD bands, we're trading inside of this range today. Right, so this is where we are. Any irrational move, always look for yellow lines to be support to any downside or any breakout to the upside. So these are ranges that go beyond. So if you guys are kind of wondering how we piece it all together, we do my day trades inside of here, rational band, right? I try to make sure my targets are inside of there. On the breakouts, how far could these things move? If the market were to continue to collapse, I always look for like previous red lines and anchor points, like right there, to pivot. If you lose this, I look for that. And I don't buy dips in a rational market, but I would exit a trade right there. So this is how I look at it in a greater sense of things. Pretty cool example, but that's why I keep them. So every day I have just like a couple of ideas of what I do on these breakouts. And the breakouts are the rare, right? The irrational moves aren't necessarily like the common moves. So I'm gonna take a little screenshot of this and dump this in the chat. And good morning, friends. How are y'all today? Did y'all have a great night? Did we do anything fun yesterday? We're thinking about, because Wednesday night is date night. So we're thinking about going to one of those drive-in movie theaters. They still have them. Well, I guess nostalgically, they don't still have them like they did like in the 50s, but like our city has one. Or not drive-in, no, it's a rooftop movie theater. That's even different. You gotta drive up there and you sit on blinking on a rooftop of some building or something. Probably gonna do that tonight. But I have seen drive-in theaters before. We do have one somewhere. Okay, let's get back to looking at the front and center. Oops. Clear that off. Again, like I said, I just leave those there to reference. I always make sure I know what's going on outside of the DD bands. That's what I use those yellow lines for. Breakout runs. This is the alarm today, right? Clearly, we have press back up. We are retesting triple B today. If this does support and find higher highs, we're in for a choppy 2 weeks, right? As we finish off the trading month on the 17th. If we crash below or collapse below 1975 on triple B, then the market's going to smooth out and become less volatile. There's that volatility, right? You're going to see the market's going to get very wide if we continue to hold above this 1975 line. So keep that front and center. That was you, Brogan. Yeah, that was also lower overnight band. Yeah, good morning. We did the lower overnight band, did we? No, we're good. Chart in question. The old line about example be dead. Yes, it would be. Which chart is that, Brogan? I think we already walked through it. I think you... Is that from the classes? In the O-line form. Oh, hold on. I think this is just here. You're asking, is this one dead because we passed through it? Yeah, absolutely. This, correct, is dead. I think I just did this. This is the example, right? Yeah, it doesn't. This doesn't apply. This is just to show. Yeah. And you said it's in. A little blue. HB not banned. Those overnight hedge pressures estimates, right? Those are on point. One of my favorite calcs. Took me almost a year to build that one. That model is so sophisticated and it's so much code. Yes, bouncer off the line. Okay, so the example. Let me find the channel. Oh, you know, yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I know what that is. Yeah. So somebody told me, you know, just keep posting yours, like to keep, you know, just keep an example of like what your newest ones are. So this is what I'll do. Let me go ahead and delete those and put the newest ones on there. So somebody had said it'd be kind of cool if you had a Discord channel where you would just, you know, leave your stuff there and we can go look at it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just snapped a snapshot. Okay, you guys don't want to be staring at the same screen all day long. I'm gonna put a new one in there. Boom. Yeah, you nailed it, Brogan. Ooh. I had the Magic Breakfast Fairy drop off some eggs and avocado. Some omega-3s. Here I'm working out every day, eating better every day. Trying to get that blood pressure down to, you know. I'll tell you, I always make the joke, it was like so bad. I went to the like HEB, which is our grocery store. It's in the pharmacy, stick my arm in that little hole, and it's like blood pressure machine. All of a sudden, like while it's taking it, I tell them, they're like, was it bad? I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I got like a little rotating red light popped out of the top and sirens started going off in the middle of me doing it. Warning, warning. It automatically called an ambulance for me. But now seriously though, I think I just overdid it. I have to realize, I have to remember, you know, I think I've always felt like I was 19 in my head. I think I never grew up. I think this year I finally feel 41. I finally feel my age. I have to start taking it easy. I can't rage so hard. I get out my calculator and I party all night doing math. Like a crazy boy. Powell opening his mouth again today. All right, pre-market check. We do this every single morning. Let's take a look what's going on. You know, Ashton also does a pre-market thing. We overlap, so I never get to tune in, but I hear it's awesome. You guys liking Ashton's stuff? I'm completely blown away. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so let's see what we have going on today. You can obviously open up my economic calendar. First thing I'm gonna do is get a grasp on what's going on, right? I mean, we had Powell talking. Anytime Powell opens his mouth, the market just, you know, straps on a booster. Now, you have to understand is that you can't make a lot of heads or tails out of the greater sentiment on this volatility in the market. You'll notice the longer you trade is that if you're trying to watch and listen to Powell talking for clues on what the market's going to do and then perceive how market's going to behave, it's impossible to do. Wall Street may be bullish, and when Powell says something really bullish-ish and market goes up, that could be somebody's cue to sell just for a trade. There is no way you can take the news, even if it's good news to you, and determine if Wall Street thinks that's good news for the day. Market is highly manipulated. There are people trying to make profit all day long. What Powell said yesterday is exactly what we expected him to say, to support a greater bull market, where they're going to be, you know, raising rates. That's exactly what I predicted would happen in a bull market. The end of the summer, we start rolling through maximization of like QT's impact. See if the economy's not stalling or not taken out, actually just holding the forward or growing. You know, Powell will feel safer to raise rates into bettering economic conditions, and that's exactly what you'd expect. And you'd expect at that point Wall Street not to be bearish then. As if the economic data starts looking good, the bears will get out of the bear short, and rate hikes will no longer have an impact, because as we've seen, rate hikes have not had much of an impact. So that's how you're expecting it to be for a greater bull market, that we're going to taper down to zero. Now, I don't believe what the swaps, the futures are saying now. They were forecasting a 50 bips. That's what the sell-off was all about, that the swaps are pricing in 50 basis point rate hike for the next meeting. I think that's not at all going to happen. 0% possible on that. Economic and job conditions have gotten worse since the last meeting. There's no way Powell would turn on those afterburners unless he's trying to stimulate more layoffs. And right now, there are too many people already laid off and too many jobs available for them. They're not connecting. Jolts are up. Continuing unemployment is up. First time unemployment is up. People are getting laid off. People that are laid off can't get jobs, and jobs are available. So if you make that situation worse by kicking more people to the labor pool, Yeah, wages will plunge, inflation will come down. Okay. But you also stimulate layoffs, which could be a bad thing. More people getting laid off slows the economy down. So I don't think Powell at all is going to throttle the afterburners anytime soon. I think we're going straight to zero on rate hikes. I'm still forecasting 25 to 0 for this next meeting. What's up? How do you get quadrant chart set up? Oh, easy as that. Go here, click this button. Pops out an instance of the entire window that you have. And then you just minimize the extremities. I put in a ticket for us to create a pop-up of just the charting instance. The reason that it's not like that is because you control liquidity map with this extra feature. So every time you have a new chart, it does kick everything out. So just click this button and then resize it. So this will pop out a new version like this. Boom. And then you get a new one. And then just minimize the stuff you don't want. Easy as that. 40 plus crew getting up out of the chairs. A party. It's a party. I know. Ugh. Ugh. Making all these like grunting noises when I try to move. 40 plus crew in the house. But I look good for 40, I think. I got carded buying wine at the grocery store. Don't roll your eyes at me. We know it's because of you. I like to think it was because of me. She's like, can I see your driver's license, Sonny? I was like, well, gee golly, you made my day. You're excited to dig into the option game he does? Oh yeah, Ashton stuff, so cool. What's up, Maddie? What's up, Fausto? J Powell, yep. Are we still gonna get to where you can put the ticker in the URL bar? That'd be nice for multi-charts. You know, that is a great question. You know, Mark, I know you put that in the wish list. There's no ticket for that yet. So what we're still working towards, and the greater development process, is we're working towards futures data. We're working towards reconciling all of our servers and locating all of the control of that in one place so that we can have better data flow and better expansion capabilities. As like RocketSecure's rapidly expanded, we got to kind of make everything super efficient in-house to facilitate all these new features we want. And then of course futures data and monthly maps, right, which is the big release that we'll be coming out with. As soon as those things are out, then we get to be creative. Oh, and the alerts. So alerts are coming out too. Alerts will be out in 2 days. So we'll have 2 of the 5 hedge pressure, 2 of the 5 irrational alerts, the hedge pressure and the VXY bull rule. Those 2 will come out in an alerts window. You're gonna have a sidebar with buttons. You can minimize this. This is all coming out in 2 days. So this is a big release we're doing as well. And after that, I like the idea of being able to put like /ticker in the URL bar. I use Edge so that I can actually remove all the top parts of the browser. There's a trick. It's actually how there's a tutorial on how I do this. I get rid of the URL bar in case you can't see it. There's a whole cool way you can do this with Edge. So I got rid of it on my end, but that would be super fast. But I also put in a ticket to repair some features on multi-chart. So example is, it doesn't save the ticker that you have default in there when you save your layout. It loads up whatever tickers on your main window and all your windows. So that's going to be changed. There is a feature. There's a limitation with Edge specifically as a browser in which multi-charts chart window positions, like if you put them in different screens, if you do load layout, it probably pops all your stuff up on one screen. That's an Edge limitation that they're programming into this next patch as well. So now we'll have multi-screen capabilities in Edge. That's coming out in this patch. When you open a new instance, it should open with that minimized and that minimized if you click the top one for a chart. And so these are all coming out soon. But I like all these little cool ideas. You guys have ideas for the platform, put it in the wish list, and we'll love to get it out there. And make some tickets on some of this stuff. So after that, we're gonna start getting creative. We're gonna get futures data. We'll have all 5 irrational rules. We'll have the rule assist mode that turns off the displays. We're gonna have all kind of fun stuff coming out. The liquidity map arrows drawn on the chart. probabilistic back tests, historic data, historic liquidity maps, all that we're gonna have to figure out. And I'm gonna pull all of you guys in, especially the lifetime group, because lifetime group is who I usually poll for y'all's opinions. And I basically, since you're here for life, which one of these things do you guys want first? And then we make a list, right? We have a 3-year milestone plan, and we got a 1-year epic plan, and we got like this quarter's lineup of sprints. And so we're gonna load everything up and let you guys vote on which features you want first. And that's the best part about being a lifetime. You guys didn't know lifetime, just this week only, 25% off for those of you that have taken the plunge. This is the cheapest it's ever going to be. And when lifetime goes up to $5,000, you're going to wish you got in at $2,250. If you wanted to join, you don't want to pay the $200 a month subscription. That is the easiest way to join for life. We don't have sales on lifetime often, and they never get better. They always get less better. So a long time ago, we had a 50% off, then a 40, then a 30, and now a 25%. So this is for the extended trial, folks. Love to have you if you like the rocket scooter experience when you take the plunge. There's a coupon in the announcements. We also get to be part of the process. So when we pull lifetime together, we vote on stuff. What do you guys want to see next? And your voice will matter. You can be part of the debate, part of the discussion without it. What's up, Michael? Good morning. What's up, Andrew? Good morning. Shiva says, are you going to trade while J. Powell speaks? You know, Trade-Evate locked up yesterday. Froze everybody's data feeds, so that kind of sucked. Let's talk about the news really quick. I know I got sidetracked here. Every morning, see what you got going on, right? Jolt's coming out in 30 minutes. Powell talking. Jolt's going to be one of the most important data points today. The Jolts help you predict inflation. We'll talk about that when it comes out. But yeah, I'm going to wait till Powell talks and look for an opportunity off the tail end of that. Let's just double check that we don't have any major earnings today that are going to be scary for the market. Nothing looks like it's all aftermarket stuff, medium-sized companies, but nothing that I think is a part of like the meme stock or the, you know, popular trade crowds or popular crowd pleasers. All right, so keeping financial juice up just so when Powell starts talking, I don't have to actually watch or listen. I'll just let the algorithms of financial juice just kick out this red text for me. I'm getting my liquidity map ready front and center. Let's see, market's nice and rational today. Things are looking pretty solid, I think, across the board. I'm not too scared of anything, but of course, you know, the market's be a little timid off of Powell's talking. Let me run the DD bands really quick while I'm waiting. Oops. I think I just did it. 395.42. Just gonna do this right on the side. 395.4. Just kind of estimating this. And then the upper band is going to be 4129. Yeah, but honestly, like I say, most of our folks end up in the lifetime crew over time. So having that big discount this week alone, for those of you in the extended trial, and you're like, yeah, I love it. I'm gonna take the plunge. We'd love to have you. Okay. I'm gonna trade. So Shiva, is it possible to take a look at Tesla? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll walk you through it in just a second. Let me make sure everybody has access to our stuff. Oh yeah, let me get you guys really quick. Shiva and 7. Okay, hold on. I got y'all. Okay, gotcha. All right. Right now I'm waiting for the letters to pop up on liquidity map, and there it looks like they just popped. All right, let me get you really quick. And if you guys need access to anything, anybody, we have a bunch of new members on a daily. So make sure you get with Slacks while I'm live streaming. Can give you access. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready with the trade. All right, let's see what we got. You should be good. Okay, so what we have, let's look today, DD 0.39. Okay, let's just go ahead and look at where we are. Oops. Pull up the liquidity map. So this is how this works. Okay, first and foremost, DD 39. Let's look where the candles are. We are going to stay in the bear zone today. Oops. Rational market bear zone, nice and cool. We're stuck inside of here, hedge pressure to hedge pressure, DD 0.39, which means limitations. We're gonna stay down there. Let me load resilience up. For some reason, it's not on my chart anymore. Take a look at this, nice and rational. We're good. So type 2 resilience are supporting here up to hedge pressure. Nice kind of potential long setup. I would like to long off of here as long as resilience stays good. We are bear short up, so I'm gonna load up liquidity map and take a look at my pivots. Clearly in BRSU, trading between A and B are what I like to look for today. Right inside of here, scalps between the two. Trading in the middle, no desire to do anything. That resilience being positive, clearly you open with some volume. Support from here to there is my trade today. So I'm not going to jump in too early on this. Plus Powell's talking and jolts are coming out. I'm going to let that volatility give me a run. So today, res greater than 0. You go type 2 resilience. Liquidity map is there to there, right? Just like that. Any push from here goes there and back, right? DD less than half. This is a pretty easy day today, right? This is textbook as it gets. You guys have missed a bunch of announcements. So essentially, right, me just streaming. I'm always doing some kind of challenge or something. 100K challenge is paused in lieu of our new partnership. We launched a new partnership end of last week on Thursday with ETF. So I committed to trying to show and trade an Eval account with our new partners. And so that's the new challenge on the stream. TradeAway won't let me display that and my real account at the same time. They're both different accounts. So make this announcement. You guys got to pay attention in the Discord. So, you know, fortunately, with nothing else going on, you know, I do host my own private challenge, but when something bigger comes along, you know, we do pivot the business focus. That's exactly what. Yeah, we went on like a 28-day win streak. And then Friday was like a losing day. And then Friday I was testing out, doing all our stuff set up. And then Monday we started a new thing. So we have a 30% off discount with Elite Trader Funding. These are some friends of mine that started a company. And I am going to use and try to pass it even stricter and harder challenge. Get a $250,000 funded eval account. So lifetime discount ends on Sunday. Okay, so we got Powell talking in a little bit. Resiliences are positive. We are at the base of where I do want to long the market from here up towards there. But again, with the catalyst coming out, you have to be careful, right? Knowing what you're going to deal with. So that's coming out in about 24 minutes. Is there a potential scalp here? You know, all signs look good. We are very tight on res, but let me just do NQ res. Make sure that I see both of them together. UBXY is good. I'm looking at my other screen. IWM is good. What about Safari? Let me answer your questions in just a second. I'm showing you guys are trying to get in on my trade here. Okay, so I think I'm close enough to load up on 3. Right here to there, I will dive in with 2 more there and I'll stop on the other side. These are my trades today. Okay. Let me go ahead and make a little screening here. I just explained it every morning. So we on the stream, I always am doing something. I'm always doing a race, always doing a challenge. But we have a new partnership that we started with a company called Elite Trader Funding. One of those trader funding program hype around that for new traders. So with Rocket Scooter, right, we're going to always be showing off and demonstrating different things, especially with our partners. And when that officially launched on Thursday, we had our first space with them on Thursday. And then Friday, I got everything set up. And then Monday, we announced the start. My personal small account challenge, so nothing else going on. So what I'm going to do next is I'm trading this. I'm going to actually do options instead of futures twice, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the money goal, like 10K to 100K, and do that in options so I can demonstrate options at the same time as I can demonstrate futures here. I need a way to do both. So this is the perfect way to do it. So we're going to move that focus to my futures trading will be through the Eval. Oh shit, I'm actually clicked on the wrong one. Okay, oops. I forgot. I had to learn how this stuff works. Okay. See, that's the weird thing. How do I... Oops. Trying to get my things set up for multi-accounts. I'm clicking this one. Oh, there we go. How do I... That's what I'm curious about. You may help me out really quick because I've never done 2 accounts in one. My focus is here. But when I click long, how do I get this into here, not that one? Somebody help me real quick. Oh, you know what I think I have to do? I have to change the account at the top. Oops. Let me try it like this. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I think I know what I need to do. I think I have it on. Wait. Why in the windows you can select the account? I am looking at that. The account is gone because it has privacy mode. That's why it's not there. Wait. Okay. Oops. Hang tight for 1 second. I think I gotta log out and log back in for this to take effect. That is why. You guys nailed it. They have to literally log out. I've never done 2 accounts at once. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me log back in. Wait. See, I even learn these little things as I go. I tried to simulate all the experiences when I goofed around on Friday, but I guess I forgot about this one too. Okay. There we go. Okay, I see how this works. Okay, hold on 1 second, you guys. Oof. I don't... Okay. I don't think I like this either. Let me log back in. Hold on one second. Getting the hang. Okay. But I thought if you just clicked, who knows? We'll figure it out. Is there any way without listing the account number at the top, just to like, hold on, yeah. Oh, my bad, hold on. Okay, so is there any way to like select each account this way without selecting the account at the top? Is there a way to do that? Okay, let's go ahead and read some of you guys' questions. Remember, we got Catalyst coming up pretty soon, likely an event at least. 16 minutes. Jolts are gonna be a very important thing we'll talk about in a second. This is what I'm looking for. Resilience is actually going negative now, so this is probably not a good sign for the trade. Okay, I'm gonna read what you guys are saying. Tesla, yeah, let me take a look at Tesla really quick. Okay, so obviously Tesla with the BRSU on a monthly hedge break is what we call irrational. So today with Tesla, there is no particular call that I can make other than if Tesla is supporting on a second break of 185 and holds and the S&P resilience to stay positive, then like for Tesla to push towards the upside here. So clearly this is not, I don't buy the dip on monthly hedge breaks on stocks like this. I kind of just sit out. Okay. 5-year bond rates are climbing. Is that big money buying bonds to protect wealth? People are buying bonds because the yields are going up. And yields have been plunging since COVID, right? I mean, the yields, the premiums have been plunging. The yields have been going up. And so now the yields are just appetizing enough that it's worth it. People are putting money back in the stock market and bonds market from cash. Everyone went to cash during the recession start. When you look up ES on Rocket Security yellow lines, red lines will show up automatically, just like the MHP down the road. Yeah, that's hopefully the goal, William. I think you're posting yellow lines. Gotcha. What about Safari? Anyone, Mansour? What's your question about Safari browser? Issue with Rocket Security using Safari, switch to Chrome. Yeah, we recommend using Edge. For now, I don't know how to see. I don't want to trade in both accounts. I can just exit and cancel orders. If I click trade, see, that's just makes it more confusing. I should just do one at a time. I don't know if you guys can. If I do trade on this account, cancel orders on that account, exit all positions on that account. But like in the DOM, how do I direct this to a different account? Somebody help me with that. Besides switching at the top, because, you know, I don't have to turn that on, so. Make sure you guys smash that like button really quick while you're chilling here. You only keep lifetime if you keep your blood pressure controlled. Yeah, lifetime's no good if I kick over dead. What's the monthly price after the 3-month expires? Well, that's a surprise. But if you stay for the whole extended trial, I'm going to tell you, it will be worth your while. You will get a very, 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 very once in a lifetime deal on monthly itself. Lifetime is still better. That deal's better. But if you're in our first batch of extended trial, oh boy, we have a gift for you. Y'all need to pay more attention to what was on Discord. We make announcements every single minute, every single day. We had a whole Zoom training session on the Eval stuff. So that's just it. We always had to do stuff to draw crowds. The 100K challenge was when nothing was going on, so I needed something to do. Now we have an official thing to do. So what I'm going to do is trade options instead of futures to continue that same path. So I need a way to do options and futures at the same time. Instead, I'm going to do the 10K to 100K in options simultaneously with doing futures to the Eval account to show both of them at once. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. You can exit on any account by right-clicking your accounts tab on each account. Okay, just like that, I can exit. Okay, how do I make it to where I can enter into different ones? Because I thought if I selected this one or this one, I'd be able to throw orders into it. Do I need a new DOM? The traffic light feature's coming out tomorrow or the next day. It's we've been promised about a 2-day run. So we are sitting below, I don't know, this is probably going to come or stay lower until Powell starts talking. Clearly this is gambling on a potential catalyst as well. Resiliences are nice and flat, so we are likely going to be pushing lower here. Not so great, but we are rational, and S&P is up and NASDAQ is down. So who wins the fight? S&P is who wins the fight. So I'm looking for just a trade from here to there, and that's it. Yeah. I have privacy or streamer mode on so that it doesn't show. I just don't want so much clutter on the screen, so I just want to be able to like access all the tools, and because when I make it this small, it's like all this space up here. I'll just figure it out later. Danny says, my own private challenge, that internet guru thing. No, I challenged every streamer and every trader on YouTube to step up for charity, and I offered $10,000 to each person that would. We'd have to track the account, and the winner of that challenge, everyone would donate their proceeds to the charity of the winner's choice. And one idiot trolled me, and no one stepped up. So then I just did my own private challenge. That's basically it. Internet guru thing. I'm no guru though. I'm just a dude. I haven't found another way. Yeah, somebody trolled me, then they dodged and then ran away. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll just do my own challenge by myself. But we're hosting a newer one coming up. So there's a big trading competition that we're going to host. It's going to be all your favorites have promised to enter for fun, and it's a charity event. So it's going to be a really, I'm going to tell you, I've got maybe 15, 20 people committed, and these are all big name traders from Twitter, from all over the place. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a charity event. And again, it's just going to be a race to some level, you know, certain stats, certain milestones and criteria, and for fun. And it's like all the people that are, it's not to have bragging rights or for people to like put each other down. It's all a bunch of friends who trade, and we'll be talking tons of shit to each other for fun. But in reality, it's all for the good sport and the good spirit of the charity and things we're going to do. So we'll have a big trading contest between a bunch of the big names that you guys, it'll be all people y'all know, which is going to be fun. I'm excited about it. I don't think the D buys ran this morning. Hold on. Let me double check. Let me just make sure it's saved. So unfortunately, my own private challenge was my own race to 100K. A trade group, so you can select once and both trade exactly the same. That's good if they both had the same rules. What I'm going to do is probably just ask them to remove one, and I'll just keep it like this. We have 9 minutes till Powell starts talking. Remember, things get kind of crazy. Traffic light feature, as Austin has asked, going to be the alerts feature in Rocket Scooter when there are hedge pressure breaks, UVXY, bull zone rule, and then of course the 3 futures-based irrational rules. The rules, they're going to be called alerts, right? Well, alerts will put your rules on here and turn lights on when your rules trigger. Rule assist down the road, you can program it to remove your indicators when the rules trigger into the bear zone. In the other way, when the bull zone is below the bear zone, we call it illiquidity. It runs fast, and Oxy ran fast. It's a bear long down against monthly hedge, so always, right? You got to bring up my liquidity map to kind of see where those pressures are. Little cheat sheet. Bear long down is resistance from monthly. So to me, there's a short setup from here to the downside with a tiny stop right above if I were trading anything at all. And illiquidity pockets love to get crazy. So this bearish struck. Oh no. All right, can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Everything's frozen on my screen. Looked like the DOM is frozen on Tradeovate. There we go. Oh, okay, there we go. Shit. Dude, the internet just like literally froze for 2 seconds. What the fuck's going on? All right, look. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get ready for Powell to talk. Everything, like, it was still ticking. It was so weird because I thought I'd exit net position 0. Man, Tradeovate is so buggy these days. And I used to speak so highly about them. There are so many different things that it just gets all buggy and crazy. I hope they are working to fix some of these little bugs. I love them. They're great, but... You hear me now? Okay. Look at that. Perfect timing, y'all. Jeez Louise. Okay, Powell's talking. Let's see. Got out of the way before he started talking. Remember, don't trade into catalysts. Call it a day. If it does turn into a thing, let's see. 395, 80. Not really a catalyst yet. But we are trading inside the DD bands. Remember, DD, less than 1/2. So likely to trade to the bottom band before the upper band. All things being equal. Resiliences are negative. Everything's negative. This is a good short setup to trade from here down to the bottom. Yeah, like I literally hit right click and I did exit all positions and yet it was still ticking. So I have no clue. No clue at all. Alrighty. All right, those of you that have signed up for the extended trial, well, hey, look at that. A win's a win, right? So those of you that would like to get in and check out the extended trial, $35 a month for 3 months. For the $199 package, it's literally, we've gone pretty viral over that. It's crazy. People are just checking it out, and I'm excited to share what we do here at Rocket Secure with everyone. So it's insane. So I'm catching up to some of the messages. Everybody's trying to get access to things. Let me get you really quick. Hey, oh hey. All right, everybody, let's talk about what's going on with Powell. We have not a catalyst, right? We had an event. Things are going pretty stable here. Extended trial is the best investment you ever made. Go do it now. You'll start to understand why sometimes your methods work so well and sometimes they just don't. A rational market. Ooh, should I short from DD band? I never really like to chase shorts, but everything right now is looking pretty gross. Okay, so if I enter a trade, if I select this, it'll pick that trade, right? Resiliences are negative. This is a trade from here on monthly hedge pressure breakdown to the downside. I really do think that that is the play, but again, you know, catalysts or events can be irrational. We're gonna see what we have here. I won't lie. Let's take one to the bottom and make sure it's trading in the correct account. Okay, so let me test one more here. Trade. Okay, I can do. Oh, I can trade that way. Okay. Okay. So ideally, monthly hedge break, resiliences are negative. Markets are irrational on hedge breaks, so to be very careful. So I'm just trading with a small position just to see if I can't get something from here to the downside. DD is less than 4. Just keeping in mind. That's my setup from here to here. I think I like what I see. What do you guys think? The short setup? Is the stream blank? No, stream should be good. Should we? Should we? Yep, -2. Let's go. I'm going to take the hedge pressure monthly hedge break case. Remember, this is betting on irrational, so I'm taking a very small position. DD less than 4, I'm expecting the market to go down to here. If resilience is less than 0, I'm going to change, make some really quick. Where is this? I think this is a good solid setup. What do you guys think? Vote with me, right? DD is less than 4, right? 0.4, so that's outside the buffer of 10 when irrational. So that looks good to go from here to here rather than go to the upside. I think that's better than betting on an upside hedge pressure break. Resiliences are hugging the 0 line, so there's not enough fat on either way to make a strong gamble on the pivoting direction at the redistribution zone because of resilience being right at 0. I need at least 10 plus or minus to kind of be confident, right? When irrational bets are taking place, we are still rational right here, and the rational market still has the S&P positive, so the market is likely to hold that unless resilience goes negative. Cards are stacked, edge on their side. I think the edge is correct for the MHP break, which can be very devastating blow to the market. Remember, we talked about our downside yellow lines in case this does come down. Yeah, this is short setup, and very rarely do I chase shorts to the downside. And keep in mind, there is that yellow line right here as well that we touched just a little bit ago, right about 39.78. I hate trading during chaos. I know. Me too. Me too. Small position is cool. If your regular real money account is much less likely to freeze up and stuff, I think they prioritize real money accounts. Well, actually, it's not the priority. It's two different data sources. So any funded or trader funding program is likely to use a specific API based data feed that has to travel through some provider to them. When you're using Tradevate by itself, Tradevate tunnels data straight to you with no middleman. Tradevate gets the data and redistributes it to you. So, like, paper trading accounts are not real, you know, powerful data feeds to facilitate free trading. They're just built for retail paper traders. It's like you'd expect something like real trading to be. An example is if I was creating like Rocket Scooter with y'all have real-time data feeds for the real-time subscribers, and then I created a Rocket Scooter practice environment, I wouldn't power the practice environment with as many servers, as high-powered computers as I would, you know, the one that has the riskier, you know, or the biggest loss to me financially as a business. If I lost everyone's real accounts, boy, oh boy, the business is going there. So the idea is that the paper trading portion, the paper trading data feeds likely come, I'm just guessing. And again, it's every business has their own setup, but likely a third-party provider that likely gets it through some kind of exchange, right? So an exchange goes to a third party, comes to your Trade-of-8 shell and displays your paper trading game, as opposed to Trade-of-8 and your broker tunneling data straight to you from a broker. This is likely not coming from a broker, the paper trading stuff. It's likely coming from a third-party provider, which the integrity would be different than Trade-of-8. So you're correct. I would believe that the real accounts, I never really have my real account freeze that much. So in all honesty, with Powell talking, right, we're back to being rational. We have resilience being positive, right? Trading catalyst is just always a gamble. And so either give money back or keep money. Either way, I'm trying two different accounts at once. They have different rules. The one at the top, and again, I've never done a trading eval. So I'm excited to see, you know, how well it works, how well I work. Let's start over. The one at the bottom, the 150K, is a static drawdown. The rules: the max drawdown is 1250. The profit target is 4,000. So this is a you know what I can do? I can open a browser instance of Trade-of-8 and trade that way. I like what I see. Okay. So again, yeah, catalyst can be a catalyst, right? The one at the top has a 4,300 daily loss limit. So that would be off of the mark of the account, including all trades. So DD being negative, resilience still being positive. This is great for support right here. This exhausts the move to the upside. And of course, TD being 0.4, it'd be very rare for us to break out and go to the bull side here. I'm willing to be short from here to go to the lower band. And I'm actually going to see if I can't. I'm going to practice this with another shorting against hedge. Resilience is positive, so it doesn't give me a lot of evidence yet that the market's going to come down. But I think I do want to take that bet. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can do it. Okay, cool. I do like that. So what I'm doing is I have a browser instance open with this, and I'm trading. I can do whatever my main one's on the screen and flip the accounts on the browser. Ooh, okay, that'll work. I need to put this on one of my screens. Let's look at the, again, this is not something that, you know, trading in a catalyst is very dangerous and risky. I'm trading small because I do know my risks, so we're going to keep it like that. BRSU, remember, hedge pressure, we're rational all inside of here, rational inside of the window of opportunity. BRSU trading from here to here, here to here. My bet is that DD in a rational market is more important than resilience. Resilience is pivoting us higher to here. DD is staying in the bear zone and will want to touch the lower band before the upper band if rational. Now it has to be irrational to break, so that rule no longer applies today because you have to become irrational for it to happen. But even so, being 4 or less, I'm betting more on the downside in the upside, so I'm more willing to take the downside leg off of here. Now again, we can see what Powell's actually talking about. Again, he's not saying anything that's unknown to us, right? Anything coming out. Let's go ahead and look at the economic calendar. Let's take a look at the jolts really quick, because this is actually very important today. The jolts have to do with the available jobs, and as you see with the jolts going up, available jobs that are actively being pursued for work candidates, right? Jolts are going up, unemployment, first time unemployment filings are going up, and continual unemployment filings are going up. It means there are jobs becoming available, probably because people are getting laid off and there's not available workers to go in. So what's happening is Wall Street is selectively laying off inefficient labor, right? Selectively laying off people that aren't considered valuable employees for the salary they want. And so jobs are opening up, but there are people that need jobs that aren't getting filled. It means they don't fit the bill for what's needed for the job opening. First time unemployments are also going up, which is exactly spelling out that same picture. People are getting laid off and not getting letters of recommendation from their boss and wanting too much of a salary, right, because of inflation, and they're not getting their job back. So jolts up, available jobs. People are getting laid off, first time unemployment. It means jobs aren't getting created. People are getting kicked out of existing jobs, and the company now wants a more efficient worker. Continual unemployment going up means that people that have gotten laid off previously still can't find a job, probably because they're either not in that sector, right? It's an overall sector, or like overall unemployment. So if it's like the medical field, then maybe these people are not doctors, whatever. And so continual unemployment means that people that need a job aren't getting a job. So either they're not the efficient worker they need, they want too much of a salary, or they're just not the type of worker that's needed. Because of that, there's a disparity. Lower wage workers aren't available to fill available jobs. So what that means is that companies will now have to decide if they're desperate enough to accept higher wages or less efficient workers, which means inflation. So if more people get laid off as jolts keep going up, which is happening, more people are getting laid off, then that means the job pool is being saturated. So therefore, the desperation of the workers that need a job are willing to lower their price just to get the job of the wage that they're going to be doing, or the wage you're going to be getting, which essentially brings inflation down. So I always bet onto the side that companies have more resilience than humans to pay their bills, and a human will take a lesser salary just to get employed. So therefore, when all three of them are up, I'm more willing to bet that people that need those jobs are willing to finally take that lesser salary during the negotiation process, and therefore wage inflation comes down. 100% Matt, I was what, Theo? 2 million people set to lose jobs, and that's basically it, right? And so when you look at the three together, that's how you can predict CPI and inflation before it happens. Let's take a look at resilience as we're pivoting to the lower end. We're still rational. Resilience is still positive. Not good for my short. I need resilience to come down. It's still likely to bounce in there, but we're seeing we get something out of this one. Let's do this week. The other things you want to look at are the initial and continuous jobless claims. Initial are people that just got laid off. So clearly if the jolts, right, which is a monthly number, goes up, people should have gotten laid off. So the jolts have been going up since about April. I'm sorry, since October. It's been noisy, but you know, we've been seeing that kind of push up as people are getting laid off. We've been seeing that, right? But they're not getting laid off and the jobs being eliminated. It's not like a company says like we have like 5 accountants, we only need 3. It says we have 5 accountants and 3 of them suck. Let's fire them. And that's what it's saying. And we can hire 3 more. And that's what we're looking at now. So initial jobless claims are people that just got laid off. If that's true, then you would see the initial jobless claims slightly bumped as well as they're getting laid off. And you have seen that since October. Actually, no, let's go back to here. You've seen it's bottoming out. People are getting laid off in wave. This is seasonal layoffs, and this is first of the year layoffs. The last 5 or 6 prints, and these are weekly, more people are getting laid off. So it means the jolts going up and the layoffs going up because you only file unemployment that first week when you get laid off, right? You go and immediately try to file that unemployment. So that means that companies have jobs, they kick people out, and they're trying to replace them. The two together tell you that companies need better workers, more efficient labor. The last part of the puzzle is the continuing jobless claims. These are people that got laid off 2 weeks ago or later, probably. And they're not the first time, but they're still continuously filing for unemployment insurance, and it's not their first week. As you see, that's not coming down. So as people are getting laid off, clearly since about, the beginning of the year, it's slightly going higher as well. So people are getting laid off and not getting those jobs back, and companies are willing to wait it out to get more efficient laborers. It's likely because people want too much money to sit on their ass and watch Netflix all day at that big salary they've been getting, and that's exactly the state of where we are. So companies have laid off a lot of people and are waiting to get people in. Now it means they weren't doing anything productive, likely. The bottom line, the company goes up if you laid somebody off. And that is actually somewhat bullish in the short term, as laying off people is somewhat bullish in the short term. Now this 150K Eval account, I think the profit target, I need 5 days of trading is a $4,000 profit target. I'm actually halfway there in this first real day. Now yesterday, I had to cut the stream. I had to reset the account because TradeAbate froze, which is crazy. So TradeAbate data feed, or the data feeds that they provided froze up, and this TradeAbate locked up. But TradeAbate in general locked up. So it was interesting to see that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No idea if this first time, but I like the clean look. You trading ES based on SPY. Oh yeah, so Billy Bitcoin. So let me show you something. What Rocket Scooter is, we're a team of engineers that put together a brand new style of analysis. It's not technical analysis. It's not charting. It's not trend analysis. We use nothing, no historic data, no multi-time frames, nothing anymore. What I do, we look in the options market to reveal market maker positions in periods of illiquidity, so we can isolate bulls and bears in any stock or anything that has options. Bear zone shows me there's an abundance of bears for SPY. And yes, I'm trading ES off of SPY pivots. Hedge pressure, as you see, predictable high volume nodes. Predictable, this high volume spike here. We forecast high volume nodes before they happen, not based on volume profile. This is 100% derived from options. Nothing internal to the liquidity map calculation uses anything related to historic price or price. It does not even care, which is why you never see me trade different time charts. It doesn't even matter. Price is not an input to this correlation. We use options to predict high volume, and they trade just off the high volume. The letters here, when markets are rational, just point me in a direction of where pivots can be. Liquidity pockets, liquidity pivots, hedge pressure pivots, everything is here. So I go to the map, BRSU, and I match the letters, and it tells me if I'm looking for buyers to meet sellers, which is what market makers do. Buyers and sellers find each other. I can pivot from here to here. If I'm long, here to there is obviously an example, the trade I took this morning. If I'm short, I can pivot from here to here. And if we break through with velocity, I can trade to the next resistance. These are all market maker balancing acts to find liquidity. And so we call it positional risk or liquidity analysis. And we actually pioneered and invented the field. And that's why we're kind of becoming like insta famous and overnight making our media rounds, because people have been trading technicals and fundamentals for the last couple hundred years. And we're kind of like the first new type of analysis that's not technical and not fundamental. It's volume prediction analysis. So the difference is we don't take the stance that you can use past price history to predict future price action, which is traditionally what you do with technical analysis. We take the stance that you can't predict the stock market, which is accurate. And so instead, I trade where bears and bulls can be, and I only trade the pivots. And that's exactly what it is. So if you're checking out what it is, we have 5 rules that are rational, irrational. We have arbitrage indication. DD is the sum of that bear. An example is bear zone. There's abundance of bearish positions in here. Market maker put options have been found. Taking a look at all the resiliences, everything's negative. Yeah, I'm good to hold this. Now, again, I'm not super confident in the middle of a catalyst or an event. It could become a catalyst. Sorry. The market is going to gracefully move in one direction, but I keep my eyeballs on everything here. Love your thought process on that, Matt. Morning. Sorry you're late. What's up, Wheel? Good morning. So the two things I look at, bear zone and bull zone. Bear zone is where there's an abundance of bear positions. Bull zone is an abundance of bull positions. This is the net sum of all stocks in the S&P. The ratio tilts 50. So 0 to 50 bear, 50 plus bull. So because it's tilting to the bear side, the S&P is more likely to stay in the bear side than the bull side. So I know that if I could just kind of draw these lines and correlations, I can kind of stack everything together, right? This is more likely than that. So if I were to, like, if I'm counting cards, -1, +1, right? It's more of a -1 than a +1. Another indication, this resilience line right here, this one is bouncing all over the place and actually is the one that's killing my position right now. Resilience being positive means that this is support to here. So it's pushing from where my mouse is higher. +1, right? So you got a +1 and -1, it's neutral. You got bear push, bull push. BRSU has that short from here, long from there. Again, they are both kind of neutral. You're in the middle. If this breaks through here, it's 2 +1s and I'm out. And this is a bull squeeze to there. So the question I have is, do I want to hold from there to bet on this DD run to there? Last rule I have is that when markets are rational, when this is 0.4, it wants to touch this band before that band, but we have to pass through these hedge pressures, which eliminate that rule. So as you see, right, it seems complicated, but it's all rule-based trading. So the neatest part about rule-based trading is that I can actually stack rules together. I'm not using guesses or confluence. And I know that today's a gamble, like I said, out the door. So I'm not trading anything massively large just because I know what I'm in for. So I'm not betting the farm on picking a direction. Powell is speaking, so I'm kind of taking it easy. So the whole point of doing this is to have like a rule-based approach to trading. Just double checking. VIX is looking interesting. QQQ is still trading lower. Interesting to see that. Let me double check. Hold on. No, wait. Don't lie. No, I'm lying. My charts are frozen. There we go. From the internet blip I had this morning. QQQ is still below monthly hedge though. Okay. Restore my connection really quick. Vic, what's up? He said maybe it's just you, but EC 4024. What do you mean 4024? So people are saying the extended trial is the best thing you ever did. Full education for 35 bucks. Oh yeah. From the most transparent trader on YouTube. Show everything. Not bad, right? It's like 2 carton of eggs and a 2x4. That's a lot of money. N1, you love the thought process. Oh, on the jobs analysis? Yeah. Companies are willing to wait it out. They're trying to become more efficient. That's what it's telling you. They're willing to lay off inefficient labor so they can hire people. Let me double check the rules of the static drawdown. I think that marks doesn't account for your gains. Hold on. No trailing drawdown. Okay. Max drawdown 1250. So I'd have to go 1250 negative to get blown on this one. Oi, okay. I do like it. Okay, I'm going to short alpha hedge pressure, slightly heavier. Now, resilience being positive is squeezing me this way. DD being the stronger one is pushing this way. Now, a hedge break would be the scary part, but I would have to say that I would be more willing and inclined to bet that it, remember the rule, right? It doesn't want to touch the upper before the lower when rational. And even when irrational, I make sure it's between 0 and 40 to have that bear sentiment. anything close to 50, I can assume the lag of the indication is likely possible. So I'm not too eager when this is right near the middle, but this is bearish enough for me to take that bearish stance. I like it. So all the indicators are competing today, which is making today slightly difficult trading day. I'm not going in there maxing out the position clearly, right? Right now I'm just kind of testing how to do these different ones. Okay, this will be number 11. Oh, wait. I did that to the wrong account now. I didn't want to do... Hold on. Oh, you know what I need to do? Okay, hold on. Position. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So again, the hangout of doing two at once, two different sets of rules. Divergence between SPY and QQ, very much so, right? So SPY tends to lead the market. Resilience is positive enough that's going to push the market this way. So we draw all the pressures together, right? Barring that we're irrational outside the band. So when rational inside these bands, right? Let's do the two different setups. I'm going to teach you guys some tricks. Anybody in class, let's quiz you guys. Rational here, right? Irrational above and below hedge pressures. So the rational rule, res greater than 0, right? We'll push to there. Res less than 0, we'll push to there, or push through there, okay? Irrational, what is the number I need to see on resilience? If you guys tell me that. It's not plus or minus 0, I give it a little bit more fat when irrational. Do y'all know? I need it to be off of 0 enough to be confident. Yeah, plus or minus like 10 is a good rule of thumb. So on the irrational side, I'd be more confident with res less than 10 and res greater than 10 to push one way or the other. So with res greater than 10, that's not the best sign. We're likely pushing this way and we keep pushing that way. When irrational, again, this might be what squeezes me, but it might go higher before lower, and that's likely what I'm going to expect. I'm trying to get the gauge of what's going on. And let me put this on another screen. Okay. On the other side of the coin, DD, if you guys remember, when irrational, what do I want to see? Or when rational, DD tilts plus or minus, I look for it to be one side or the other of 50, right? 0.5. But when irrational, what am I looking for? What numbers? How much extra fat do I need to feel confident? $40, $60. So 40 is a great sign of staying in the bear zone or rejecting upper DD band. So what I'm telling myself is, oh crap, shorting's probably right, but it's probably going to go to there too at the worst case scenario. Am I willing to take that loss, and how much will I lose, and will that bust the account if it does go there? I need to trim my position just in case it goes that high, and I'm still safe to bet that it wants to come lower before higher as well. Now, last thing, we're going to look at monthly hedge pressure resilience, because we are at monthly hedge pressure. Every time we get there, I mean, these things are, you know, S&P is within 10, so it's not really giving me any indication that's going to go one way or the other. Okay, time to go to Zoom in a little bit. I want you guys all to, you want to see what happens next? Everybody come to Zoom. It's 10:30, stream is over. You want to see what happens go to the Discord. Link will be in the description below. Sign up for the extended trial. I'll walk you through the rest of the trade. Looks like I'm bouncing flat-ish, down a little bit. We'll see how I manage this. I want you guys to come to the Discord, and we'll put a Zoom link in a little bit, and we'll jump back to Zoom and continue the drama. Okay, we'll see y'all. Great morning today. Trading a catalyst. You know how it goes. Up or down. Markets go crazy. So we'll see if we are correct on direction today. Competing signals, right? It's not a clean signal, so I'm not going in there betting the farm too heavily. I'm taking it pretty easy, and we'll see how it goes. $35 a month for our full program of our extended trial is our full pro program, full access to Rocket Scooter, all your data feeds, all the tools, all everything, and all the training for 3 months. You'll learn everything we do for $35 a month. It's normally $200. We're never going to do this again. It's a once in a lifetime thing. We went to this inaugural group, introductory group. That's the word. So come check us out. We'd love to see y'all. And we'll see you in about, I'll take a little 30-minute break, and then we'll be back at 11. Okay. See y'all in just a little bit.